Donald Trump did not know Mike Pence was in danger from the MAGA mob, his defense lawyer claimed Friday, despite Senator Tommy Tuberville saying he told the president that his vice president has been removed from the Senate chamber. The answer is no. At no point was the president informed the vice president was in any danger, attorney Bruce Castor said during the Senator Q&A portion of Trump's second impeached Republican Senator Mitt Romney, who had a close run-in with the MAGA mob on January 6, posed the question to the prosecution and defense. When President Trump sent the disparaging tweet at 2:20 p.m. regarding Vice President Pence, was he aware that Vice President had been removed from the Senate by the Secret Service for his safety? Castor denied Trump knew and said, what the president did know is that there was a violent riot happening. That's why he repeatedly called via tweet and via video for it to stop. But Joaquin Castro, one of the House impeachment managers, pointed out the storming of the Capitol was taking place in real time, live on cable television. Here's what Donald Trump had to know at that time. The whole world knew it. All of us knew it. Live television by this point showed the insurgents were in the building and they had weapons and the police were outnumbered. What Trump knew about how much danger Pence was in became a sticking point when the House impeachment managers made their case for it. Tuberville revealed on Wednesday that he spoke to Trump the afternoon of January 6 and that he told Trump he couldn't talk because the rioters had broken into the Capitol. I don't know if you've ever talked to President Trump. You don't get many words in, but, you didn't get a chance to say a whole lot because I said, President, they just took the vice president out. I've got to go, he said. The phone call between Trump and Tuberville had been reported on before, but the fact Tuberville told the president about Pence's new it had been unclear when Trump learned what kind of danger Pence. Castro referenced Tuberville's comments when he answered Romney's question on Senator Tuberville said he told the president, Mr. President, they just took the vice president. I've got to go. That was shortly after 2 p.m. There were still hours of chaos and carnage and the vice president and his family were still in danger at that point. Our commander-in-chief did nothing, Castro said, speaking for the prosecution. Pence was removed from the Senate chamber at 2:14 p.m., according to video footage from he was hidden in a room nearby, with his wife Karen and daughter Charlotte.Trump sent his tweet at 2:24 p.m. Mike Pence didn't have the courage to do what should have been done to protect our country and our Constitution. At 2:26 p.m., Pence was moved again, this time from the room he was in near the Senate chamber to a more secure location in the Capitol. The rioters had broken into the Capitol at 2:11 p.m., causing the removal of Pence and Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who was presiding in the House. That afternoon, Trump called Republican Senator Mike Lee of Utah, but by accident. Trump thought he was calling Tuberville, who had said he would object to the electoral votes of some states. Trump wanted to talk to Tuberville about expanding his challenges and slowing down the certification process even further, but he dialed Lee by mistake. Tuberville spoke about the call because it came up on Wednesday, during the Democratic impeachment manager's case against the former president. Representative David Cicilline, during his presentation, told an anecdote that was based on a story in Deseret News that cited Lee as its source, where Lee talked about Trump accidentally calling him as he sought to reach Tuberville. Senator Lee describes it. He had just ended a prayer with his colleagues here in the Senate chamber and the phone rang. It was Donald Trump, Cicilline said. And how Senator Lee describes it is the phone call goes something like this. The Rhode Island Democrat, hey Tommy, Trump asks. And Senator Lee says this isn't Tommy. And he hands the phone to Sen. Tuberville. Senator Lee stood by as Senator Tuberville and President Trump spoke on the phone, and on that call Donald Trump reportedly asked Senator Tuberville to make additional objections to the certification process. Cicilline also told the publication that Tuberville and Trump spoke for about 5 to 10. He said he stood nearby to ensure he didn't lose his phone in the commotion. During Wednesday's trial, Lee objected to that story being included as evidence and asked it be stricken from the record. Statements were attributed to me moments ago by the House impeachment managers, statements related to the content of conversations between a phone call involving President Trump and Senator Tuberville, were not made by me, they're not accurate and they're contrary to fact, Lee said. The impeachment managers agreed to withdraw the story, saying they didn't need it to make their case again. On January 6, inside the Capitol building, the pro-Trump mob was looking for Pence with some shouting. Some rioters came within a few hundred feet of the vice president as Pence was speaking. Dramatic footage from the Capitol that day showed Secret Service agents rushing Pence out of his hiding place near the Senate chamber as the MAGA rioters stormed the building. In the footage, taken from a security camera from inside the Capitol, a group of agents, one of whom carried the football with the nuclear codes, led the Pence family from where they had been taken after being removed from the Pence. His wife Karen and daughter Charlotte followed the agents down the stairs and were moved to another location you can see Vice President Pence and his family quickly moved downstairs. Pence was being evacuated, rioters started to spread throughout the Capitol, Democratic Rep. Stacey Plaskett said during the impeachment manager's presentation. Plaskett played several never-before-seen security camera footage from the January 6 riot as part of Democrats' case for the impeachment of. She then showed the pro-Trump supporters yelling "Kill Mike Pence." At a later moment in the trial, Joaquin Castro noted how some of these insurgents were heard saying that they hoped to find Vice President Mike Pence and execute him by hanging him as a makeshift gallows had been erected outside the Capitol building. Castro asked senators to look at that image. It harkens back to our nation's worst history of lynching. The Texas